Welcome to the Chateau, you guys. We're downstairs in the kitchen today. Rob's filming behind the camera, and we have generally moved downstairs. I'm starting to get the kitchen set up for the session, and Rob's down the hall working on the grad assistant bedrooms. And I think there's going to be some fun things for you guys to see this week of what we're hopefully going to accomplish. We'll see how it goes. So stay tuned.
The London bathroom is done, and that means it's time to move downstairs. And so I'm putting some baseboard. Again, these are simple rooms. This is the Sous Sol, and we have 4 rooms to go. So we have one done, and we have 5 rooms total we gotta get done. The first one is the girls' GA room, which I'm working on now, putting on some baseboard. Then we're gonna go into this room, which is going to be a closet room. We got these big, huge closets, and we're gonna build those right across all the way. And then of course, we got this old thing here coming through. Hello. And then also, we got some furniture here. We got the guys' GA room, which we're gonna work on, put some baseboard in. And then, of course, this room, the bathroom downstairs.
We have another bathroom on the docket, and we're excited about this one. This one is in the Sous Sol, the basement. And will definitely help out not only me when we're cooking down here, but also with our 2 bedrooms next door in our gardener's suite for when we have grad assistants or other people come in to help out. It is super cute. It's small. We did put in a new toilet already. There's some old beams. The ceiling had gotten taken out from the previous owner to do some work above. And we have this very cute little arched window to see the roses, which I think will be charming. And of course we have this old vintage tile, which I also think is charming. And that will be the color palette that we play off of as we work through this room. There is a floor already that was installed a long time ago. It's not stellar, but it's functional. And I think it just needs cleaned, and then we're good to go.
Yeah, the shower is going to be a challenge because again, you've got 3 sides, and so that's not conventional. Now, their system was hilarious. We call it the spider shower because these things, you put the, and I guess we could try hang the shower curtain off that.
I'd really rather not.
It'd be kind of funny though.
Well, funny, yes. The shower base, however, is in really good shape, so I think we're going to reuse that. I would love to see glass on all sides so that that area, that's that little triangle kind of chunk on the left, can stay within the shower and give us all a little more space, but we'll see what happens and what we can figure out.
This one's almost, usually we've been extending them to 90 or 100 centimeters, so it just feels a little bigger. This one is kind of tempting to leave as is because you got the beautiful tile down there.
Yeah, no.
I don't know how you're feeling about that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's just a matter of how are we installing the glass.
Yeah.
That will be the tricky bit.
So the other challenges in this room, we got the beautiful tile, and there are some blemishes like right there. And I think what we've settled on doing, if I understand, is we're gonna get out some grout and we're just gonna patch it with grout. So then we preserve the integrity of the beautiful tile, but we cover up these little guys. So it looks all flat, and there's, I don't know, it seems like a good solution. The other challenge, of course, is I'm pretty sure that there was a ceiling that went along that line. I was trying to figure out why this would all be cut out, and the only solution I can come up with is that at one point they had kind of an angled ceiling that got taken out when they put these beams in. So we don't want to put a drop ceiling that low.
No, I don't, no.
No, so that means we have to figure out what to do with this. So I think you would like us to drywall or to...
honestly, it's just this chunk right here where we have this weird angle thing going on. I would even take it that if that, whatever it is, cement board or whatever it is up there right now, was just a straight line all the way around and the stone is exposed, I don't even care. We just need to have it not all angled and
I kind of wonder what a nice big beefy crown all the way across, but
I don't think a crown, no.
The problem though is this goes up really tall, so obviously we don't want to cut into the window. We need all the light we can.
Oh, no.
So yeah, this is gonna be lots of fun, this bathroom.
Yeah.
We have a few things to do before we get into this room. One was the baseboards. The other is to get this radiator out of the center of the room. Remember, it fell off the wall because its supports rusted out. So we could try bending it back, but I'm a little bit worried that we're gonna shoot water because it's all under pressure. If it broke, it would be a disaster. So I'm emptying the entire system, and then what we'll do is we'll just open this guy up and get the last bit of water out, and we'll see if we can bend it back. You know, it seems like most times things are a lot harder than you want them to be and they go slow. Every once in a while, you get the wind. This, I opened up the shut off and there was no water coming out, so I could stop draining. And then I just started pushing it up and it did not break. So this is gonna go a lot quicker. I think we'll leave it up in case we wanna go back to a radiator at some point, at least for now. Okay, time to put together some furniture. The girls' room has some nice little beds. This is gonna be a cozy little bedroom though, that's for sure. We did have one idea. It's not super bright in here, but then we realized that there is another window there. Can you see it? It's all boarded up, so we're gonna open that up and then we get a little more light in here. And Leslie says this chest of drawers is going into the girls' GA room, and maybe this great area rug we found too. We'll see.
So in case it was confusing at what I'm accomplishing these days, I'm on my last set of doors. This is the girls' walk-through closet. I guess we're gonna put armoires here. We need to paint the walls, the ceiling, change the light. And I am now finishing priming these two inset doors. This one here that I've already primed out. And of course, this is the next one. And then it'll be the outside of the doors for when they walk in. I've got one coat on this for the girls and the boys have a green inset. And if it was ever confusing at what I'm doing every day, it's more painting. Painting and weeding. This is what fills my days these last couple weeks, and it will continue until we're finished. And then I can move on to cooking and get my menu ready for when the students come. Okay, moved in the beds, moved in the dresser, and now the fun begins, putting things together. So let the privacy begin. I'm trying out our film that we bought online, and we can see, we cannot see. I think it's gonna do its business. I may still do a little tiny curtain at the top. It's kind of a bummer because I enjoy looking through to the other little room. I think the other side used to be like a little sitting room and this would have been the bedroom. But right now it's gonna be 2 bedrooms and privacy is what we need. The nice thing is it just hovers on the glass, so it's super easy to remove at any point we don't want it. So you line it up and it hovers with a little bit of liquid underneath. And then you slowly pull out the plastic and press out all the air bubbles as you go. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands, so you'll see the end in a minute.
This has been going so much better than expected. Again, it's always interesting, these old systems. Maybe you're not interested in them. This is how we fill up the radiator. We've got this little guy, and he's just kind of jury-rigged a hose over to the system. You can tell that at one point, at one time, it was connected right into the system, but presumably, I'm not sure why they disconnected it. Obviously, if there's a hole, if there's a leak in the system and water's draining out, which there usually is, then the water would endlessly keep flowing in, so you could have a bigger problem. But you'd think there would have been a shut off. I don't know. In any case, you know, we close it off here and we go nice and easy, and we're gonna wait till we get enough pressure. There's our big, beautiful water heater that works so good. And the pumps that we're starting to understand. And then of course, the beautiful room in here. You can see the pressure coming out. I usually set it around 2, and we're getting close to, is it getting close to 1? Not yet. Not yet, we're just over 0. So we've got some pressure. It says it can go up to 3. 2.5 is what our friend recommended, our former owner. But I leave it around 2, and it does lose pressure, so we do have some air gaps in there. This is fun too, in case you're interested. I think you might be. We found, oh, I can't open it. I'll open this in a minute. We found another closet, which we never opened, and there's stuff in there. And you probably think, that's crazy, you haven't opened a closet. You have no idea how many closets and hidden nooks there are. It's an adventurer's dream, really. When little kids come stay at the Chateau, I mean, it's like, especially, well, maybe both genders, but the boys, you know, they just get this excitement in their eye. Like when the 2 Mackie boys were here, we mentioned that there was a hidden tunnel somewhere. They got so excited. They're like, do you have a shovel? They wanted to start digging everywhere. And I was like, yes, maybe you could dig where there's trees and not grass. And then they just went off and had a great day looking for the hidden tunnel. Oh, there we go. I can still get it open. Leslie says it's just a beautiful color. But at some point, someone had a great storage room in here. And I think those are electrical components, like really big electrical components from back before the electricity was done. Don't get excited about the chair. That was just one that we broke and I stuck in there. But yeah, fun. You know, a lot has been said about the zeitgeist. Have you heard this word? It's a German word called zeitgeist. The spirit of the age is the literal translation. It means, you know, just the way people think and what they're thinking about. And a lot, and so I like to read the zeitgeist as a student of culture. And, you know, there's been a lot of articles on the internet I've noticed lately talking about how like 60% of all students or even higher are females now, and men are not doing great in school. Girls get better grades. They're, in fact, all levels, doctoral, masters, undergraduate work, women are dominating the educational landscape. And so some have written and said, is this the end of men? Like, will men not be able to compete in the new world? And on one level, I can understand that. On the other level, I think, you know, don't confuse the fact that some men don't like to sit in a classroom and listen to something for 50 minutes and write papers and read books. Don't confuse that with the belief that men don't want to learn and men aren't interested in things, because men, and maybe women too, see stuff like this and you're like, oh, I want to figure this out and I got to understand this. And I think for guys, you know, it's not so much that, you know, the age of all men is coming to an end and men are no longer going to contribute to society. I think the thing is we just got to find things for our boys that excite them and energize them. And so that's one of the things I love about the Château has been there's so many amazing curiosity driven kind of jobs. You know, every time I turn around, there's something cool and I'm like, this is awesome. And again, maybe that's women too. Maybe you see these pipes and you're like, oh, I want to figure that out. But this to me is far more appealing than sitting in a classroom reading books. And again, I have a doctorate. I have 9 years of education post high school. So I'm not anti-education. You got to see the big picture. This is always the moment of truth. Well, let's start again. Please start. It's pretty new. It's a beautiful heater. It's a shame it's heating oil. It's so expensive. Because other than that, it's amazing. Prayers up, fingers crossed. Of course, I realize that fingers don't actually do anything. Okay, fire. That looks good. Solid fire. We'll keep going. Yeah, I think it ignited. Oh, I think we're in good shape, guys. Okay, I'm gonna walk around the whole house and see how many radiators we can get going. In my journey here, checking out radiators, most of the main floor works. Second floor has not been good. A lot of them don't work, but of course, this one, the hidden powder room with the huge leaks, would be one of the only ones that works on this floor. So I come in and check this out. You're gonna have to turn the camera. You gotta remember, this is where we've got that major leak. And then what do I see? Gotta love it when you have a house that's growing some mushrooms. Leslie wanted me to mop this for her, so I did. And she was kind of hoping the paint would come up, and it is, I think. So I don't know, we'll see if it all comes up or what she wants to do with this, but shabby chic indeed. It was incredible how red the water got as I was mopping. I just dumped my mopping water. I should have taken it outside probably if I realized there was this much in it. But I dumped it in the down the drain, and look at all that. Look at all that red brick that came off mopping. Crazy. Next job is to install this light. Now we got this nice lantern, French lantern, and it kind of matches the style of our beautiful one that hangs in the foyer. Love this guy. But there's no power up here, as far as we can tell. No switch, no wires, so we thought, you know what, we're gonna hang it anyways. It's kind of more of a cosmetic thing, but easy fix. You know, there's always so many jobs you'd like to do. I can't wait to be able to fix, you know, touch up all the ceilings with all their cracks. It'll be really nice. That feels a little better. I'm gonna guess Leslie will want that lower eventually, but it's a start. Storming like crazy. And we know the drill. Rain. Ooh, wow. Rain was blowing in through the window sideways, so it comes coming off the edge this time. Try to fix that. Whenever it rains hard, you gotta come upstairs. You gotta catch this as much as possible. Unfortunately, it's hitting the wall. That's not good. It's bad today. By the way, this light is a lifesaver. Need a pill there. Here's the new leak, one of the two. See it? Underscores the complexity of the whole thing. I don't know exactly what that is or why there's a leak there, but it's coming through the wall and down. It's rare for this one to be backed up, but it was backed up bad.
So I'm taking a break from the basement because I need to find some pieces to the puzzle to put it all together. That being a bunch of things for the 2 bathrooms. We need things like squeegees for the glass and toilet paper holders and, you know, bath mats, all that kind of stuff that we don't have for the new bathrooms. And of course, a few more accessories that I'm hoping to find for each of the students' rooms in the basement. We're still looking for some things like lamps, some rugs, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not gonna make it to any brocons in the next couple of days, so I thought I'd go to our neighboring town and see what they have. I'm gonna check out a new store here today, and one I've never gone into yet, and we'll see what kind of stuff they've got. It looks like they have some sheet vinyl, and they're kind of shown in books. There's that space in the girls' closet that used to have some kind of linoleum on the floor because you can tell where it was ripped up. Something like that could be fun instead of just painting the floor. I have no idea how much it is, but I wish I could find a remnant. That might be too far to try to figure out in French, but interesting ideas.
So Saturday morning, we've already got the London bathroom video all edited, so that means I'm starting on the next week's videos. You guys will probably see these on Thursday. As you know, this year we're trying really hard to bring back joy into our work because sometimes it can just be too much stress. And so one of my strategies personally is to use Saturday to do fun jobs, jobs that I kind of enjoy. So it kind of gets a head start on the weekend, and Sunday's a good full day off, and that's really nice. So today I'm gonna work outside. I'm gonna do some mowing. I love mowing. I'm gonna get the weed whip out and weed whip some stuff. We're also gonna fix up the we have a couple bad tires on the little tractor and the trailer, so I'm gonna take those in and get them fixed. So I got my tools all ready to go. Gonna take them out there, and should be a super fun day, I hope. Kind of nice weather, and let's go get them. So here's our plan. Here's our plan to open up a little more light. We just opened up this window. Isn't that a cute little guy? Yeah. Got some broken glass, so we'll get that fixed. But those glasses will probably cost like 70 cents each. It'll be so easy. But yeah, nice to have a little light in here for the GAs. So it seems like the smart move is to figure out how many tires need repairing. And you know, after sitting there for half a year, they're all a bit low. So we'll pop these guys up, see if these guys are good. And then ones that aren't good, we'll take in to Emerald for either a new tube or a repair. All right, when you own a big place like this, it always pays to look around. Sure enough, they had an extra tire that they had sold me with that $150 trailer. So we are in business. We'll go put this guy on, and we don't even have to go to Emerald. Sometimes, honestly, you have so much stuff you forget what you have. It sounds bad, but it's a huge house, and there's tools all over, and so you really got to stay on top of things. There's no substitution for creativity and problem solving. So we got the old tire off, which was a bit of effort. But to put the new one on, I have to lift that. Of course, the load is full. So it's actually pretty much heavier than I can lift. So my first idea was go to the car and get the jack and use the car jack, easy. But of course, rental car doesn't have a jack apparently. So second idea is to use a lever without hopefully breaking it and to prop this guy up with firewood. So we'll start with the smallest one. We'll get it up to that, and then we'll go one higher, one higher, one higher, one higher, just a little bit at a time, see if it works. Who is the famous physics guy that said, give me a lever long enough and I'll move the world? The shovel worked pretty good actually, but then, you know, it was easier even just to use the trailer hitch. Tip it backwards instead of lifting it, and then prop it up with logs. Now, you wouldn't want to get under there. That's not very stable, but good enough for what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the solution. So you wouldn't want to go under there and work because it's as precarious as anything, but we just used the lever to lift it up and then put that there. It wasn't quite high enough, so then got the idea to put 2 logs on the back to get us that extra 3 inches we need. So then we tipped this side down, put the 2 logs in there, then lifted it up, put this one in, that was enough. So we got her. Woo! Okay, got all the sticks off the front yard, but I gotta be honest, some of these sticks are a lot bigger than I thought they were. It's great having a trailer. If I would have known how big they were, I would have brought the chainsaw, I cut them in half, but we got big open areas to drive over. See if I can keep them on all the way over to the fire pit. She's looking away. She does not want the video. Somebody's driving the tractor so she can pull this stuff. It's a new week, and Leslie wants me to start on the fireplace. Now, as you know, this is a fireplace I fell on and destroyed, much to Leslie's chagrin, though it was looking bad already.
Yeah, but
I know.
that's what made this room charming.
Aww.
So we have to bring the charm back.
So we're trying to figure it out. Right now, the leading idea is window seat.
Yeah.
In which case, we're going to try to maybe salvage pieces of this marble and integrate that into the sides, potentially.
Yeah, I just love marble so much, and it just kills me to see it in pieces, and I certainly don't want to throw it in the bush.
No.
So I would like to try and salvage so that we give a bit of a tribute back to the fireplace. So I think we have a couple full pieces from the sides that we may use on the inside of the sides.
Yeah.
And then this side still has the fluting edge, and then this side broke.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to try and see if maybe the base of the window seat could still have
Marble up components.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we only have one of these. This was like the front side piece,
Pillar, yeah.
which looks so cool, and you can kind of see that, you know, it was glued on there.
Maybe we
So,
can make that into
I don't
a
know.
pedestal someday.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or something.
We'll have some fun with it, but in any case, by the way, for those of you that are interested, I've had many people mention this, how our chateau has a lot of fireplaces with, like, you're thinking, well, where's the chimney? And it's off to the side.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them, they angle up there. So that's very common in the chateau, several are like that.
And that's what makes the cleaning, I think, the more complicated. It's not just straight up, even though our straight up is very, very high. It's the integration of all these curves and tributaries that are off
Yeah,
one
that
main
might contribute
chimney.
to the fullness. Interesting side note. I was looking at them thinking, look, there's the stones kind of at the bottom. And then I'm like, well, how is it? I think it's maybe brick foundation.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
I think it's just there because it was they needed that for the fireplace.
So, I mean, that's clearly the wall, right? That's the stone. It's only that thick. That's maybe like 14 inches thick, those blocks. And so you got one layer of blocks, and maybe there's more blocks under, but that looks like that's sort of the ground level there. I don't know. Interesting. It's always interesting to learn. Could just be the fireplace, but it looks level with the stone, so I don't know how that could be. Maybe. Leslie made a good observation that the wall's actually twice as thick. There's stone down there. So perhaps there's two layers of stone here, and then since this is under a window, they just put brick there, and then because it's not really carrying the weight.
Or there's stone behind it.
Or I don't think there's room. It's not thick enough.
But either way.
But look how thick the wall is, though, eh? Like,
I know, it's great.
that's got to be 3 feet thick, maybe a little less. Crazy.
It's an amazing morning after a very stormy weekend. Lots of rain. Then lots of little white flowers are coming out. And lots of weeds. So I have definitely been pulling, cleaning up where this little rose was literally hiding. Halfway up it was full of weeds. And I think last year I was at the store and they had 3 roses for €15. This is an English rose, a climbing one. And it's a yellow one, I think. And, yeah, I don't know what it says. But anyways, it says €25, but it was not. It was on a daily deal or something. But he's gonna be yellow. He's gonna be beautiful, Lord willing, climbing up this great little area, which is on our train station, which who can say they have one of those, right? Anyways, I thought it would be pretty here. It'll take some time, but eventually we'll have a beautiful growing and climbing yellow rose. Until then, he is finally weed free. So you can see how small they are and how big the tree is. And then there's the tennis court. There's Rob and the man and the tree. We'll see what he says.
Well, today did not go exactly as expected. I wanted to start off getting all the vehicles going. And in fact, we did. This guy was having a little difficulty starting, and so we put new gas in him and got all the tires filled up. Then we put the battery on the charger for a few hours, and that really helped. And the trailer's back functioning, so this is great. Now we're gonna go take the debris from that broken fireplace out into the back 40 and all the marble. And we moved a bunch of piles of sticks. And, you know, you gotta do regular stuff like oil changes. And so we went and got some oil and changed it up. So new gas, you know, new oil, charged battery, and the engines are all seeming to be happy. Also got a quote on the tree. You know, the tip tree way over there. And it was quite a bit more than we were hoping. It was $12.50. A guy came. Now he's going to, you know, he's doing it right. He wants to climb up the tree next to it and cut the branches because of course it's entangled. And I have heard of that. That is a problem. It's all tangled up. So he says the only thing holding it up right now is the tree next to it. So that makes it quite a bit more complicated. Clearly I'm not going to climb up the tree and cut branches. I don't have the gear or the ability or the instinct to do that. So we'll have to think through it. It's a lot of money, but sometimes I guess you just have to bite the bullet. It's demo time. And I started taking out, got this side out and realized that they dug it into the ground a bit, into the floor. So that's going to take a little bit of work, or maybe we leave it. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Looks like a window seat is kind of the option we're going for right now. Okay, friends, want another mystery? Man, there's a what's down there? There goes one old fireplace. Sad day. Sad day. Off to the rubble pile. In the middle of a construction project, and we need some more wood. So I'm gonna come see what we've collected. Because I have been collecting wood, and there's no point in buying new wood when you got lots of old wood. Oh yeah, lots of stuff. Well, we got a couple nice boards and they're free. One thing I do love about having space, you know, to store things and to reuse things is just I don't know, feels like it's very responsible ecologically and financially. And so I really do like that. The idea of having kind of I don't know, a storage area. Again, it's not really expensive stuff we have in there, so don't come rob us. But I don't know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Tell you one guy who likes getting the wood, Mr. Bingley. Isn't that right? Let's go find Mama. Oh, he likes to walk. I'm not winning any prizes for speed, but efficiency, maybe. Again, we want this real tight. We don't want it very far out, so I'm notching all of these so I can get a reasonably length screw in there to hold it tight and structurally be good. Again, so this is gonna sit here, and then these guys are going to sit in front, giving us our back, and then we'll trim the top. Yeah, it's coming. Mr. Bingley and I, we're on the front terrace after dinner, and it is beautiful out here. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. It is so much nicer when it's warm out here. You know, out here in December, so cold. Yeah, it's difficult, but beautiful today. Beautiful. You know, I was looking at some YouTube videos, or maybe it was just regular short videos on social media yesterday, and one was really interesting. It was a girl who's training for the Olympics, and she was talking about how another Olympian had given her some advice, and she'd had a bad day of training, and he said, "Don't worry, it's your bad third or whatever." And she said, "What?" And he started to explain that if you're trying to do something great, like, you know, athletic wise, like the Olympics, you know, you should count on, you know, 1/3 of your training days being really hard and really uncomfortable and unpleasant, and then 1/3 of them being great, and 1/3 of them being kind of, you know, normal, average kind of days. And then if you have a bad day, you just go, well, it's in my bottom third. And then her advisor or her mentor also said something to the effect of, if you don't have any bad days, you're not trying. Like you're not pushing yourself. You're not working hard enough. And if you don't have any good days, you're maybe working a little too hard. And I thought, man, that is really good advice for us with this place, you know? Because yeah, you have some bad days and you have some good days, but the balance, you need a balance just to be able to keep going and to make it, you know, for the long haul, to find a sustainable pace. But so you don't want all the days to be bad, but if you don't push yourself a little bit, like if you don't, you know, risk is uncomfortable and growth is uncomfortable. And certainly this, you know, the work we've been doing here, it's not always comfortable. And so that was really helpful for me. And I think we're pretty close to that, honestly. Like 1/3 of the days are rough, something bad happens, and then 1/3 of them are great, and 1/3 of them are so-so. You know, beautiful weather today. We'll enjoy that. What a beautiful day. It's supposed to get up to 22 today. Americans, that's about 74. And we're having some friends over. We're having the pastor and his wife from our church, Église Évangélique in Angers. And they're coming over for lunch, so I'm going to the bakery to go get some nice desserts. Leslie's got a great quiche cooking, and a little salad, and we're gonna have as an appetizer some sanglier pâté that was made by Alphonse, our neighbor. So very excited to try that. Good times.
So thanks for coming. It's been awesome having you this week. Hopefully you have a good weekend. See you later.